The Miraculous Story of Nicholas Alkemade. Did you know during World War II, Nicholas Alkemade was a rear gunner aboard at Avro Lancaster, when on the 25th of March 1945 he set course for Berlin on a bombing mission. Suddenly, the Lancaster bomber was hit with enemy fire. It was engulfed in flames and lost control. The rest of the crew parachuted out, but Alkemade, being the rear gunner, could not wear his parachute while operating in the plane. So he reached back to grab it, but it was in flames and completely unusable. Alkemade had one choice to make: stay in the plane and burn to death, or jump to his own death. He decided, in his own words, to make a clean end of it and jump out of the plane. So he backed out and jumped. Did you know the plane was 18,000 feet in the air when Alkemade jumped? He doesn't remember much of being in the air. All he remembers is coming to, hitting some branches on a pine tree, and then landing in a fresh snowdrift. Miraculously, he survived with only cuts, bruises, and a sprained ankle. But then he was picked up by the Germans. Did you know the Germans immediately thought him as spies? His story was too crazy to believe, but upon him showing them the wreckage, they believed him and gave him a certificate. He was then a decorated prisoner of war at the infamous Stalag war camp. He was part of the thousands of Allied soldiers forced to march west in what is known as the Long March. He survived this ordeal and went home and met his girlfriend, who would soon become his wife. Did you know that Alkemade decided to leave the dangerous army behind and start work in a chemical plant? Did you know one night he was removing chlorine gas-generating liquid from the sump when he received a severe electric shock from the equipment? This caused him to dislodge his mask, and he was breathing his poisonous gases. It took nearly 15 minutes for him to be dragged to safety, and he almost suffocated on the fumes. Did you know not long after a siphoning pipe burst, spraying Alkemade's face and arms with industrial-strength sulfuric acid, he had to dive headfirst into a vat of lime wash to neutralize it? Did you know Alkemade would later become trapped underneath a 9-foot-long steel door runner as it jumped off its mountings as he was passing, but somehow he managed to cheat death again? Did you know Alkemade decided enough was enough and decided to see out his days as a furniture salesman? He died in 1987, aged 65, which isn't too bad considering apparently he tried to kill himself for the last 40 years. What a story!